Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today I thought it would be fun to give you guys a tour of my collection of customs that I have made. I've been kind of getting back into making customs recently, and I thought it'd be fun to show you guys what all I have. I used to have way more customs than just these, but it's been a long time since I've started my channel. I started back in 2016, and so I guess over the years, my old customs got really crusty or they just looked really bad, so I either gave a lot of them away or just threw them away just because, let's be honest, some of them were not the best. But also, I was like 12, 13 at the time that I was making a lot of those customs, and I am 21 now, which is crazy to even think about. So I've been getting more ponies with my big adult money from my big adult job, and I'm spending it very responsibly. This is the first custom that I have ever made. I touched her up within the past couple years, but she mostly looks the same from when I was younger. This is also the only custom that I have from my original run of my channel before my little hiatus. So if you cannot tell, this is my My Little Pony OC from back in the day. This is Neon Flash. I still think she's super cute. I really like her design. I've updated her cutie mark, but I just don't want to go in and mess up my custom. I don't want to keep updating her and kind of ruin what I already had with her. So, yes, this is Neon Flash. I have two Lunas that I made because Hasbro does not really make show-accurate Lunas. So the first one that I did was this smaller one. I did clay for her hair. I know it's also not the most accurate, but I wanted to do her pretty long hair, and I wanted an excuse to use my rainbow sparkly nail polish. Speaking of nail polish, I got the idea for a lot of these customs from watching Manda Panda Toy Reviews, I think her name is. I don't know how many of you guys watched her, but I used to watch her and get custom ideas all the time. Shout out to Manda Panda. I don't know if she's still making videos or not, but she definitely inspired me when I was younger, and I remembered her, and that gave me the idea to make customs again. I made, actually, I think most of these out of nail polish, because I remember her saying nail polish usually works better when you're making customs than using acrylic paint does. Acrylic paint is what I did for Neon Flash back when I touched her up. That was a few years ago. I have found that the nail polish gives the ponies a little nicer look, so now you have another person backing that theory up saying nail polish works. So I have a bunch of nail polish. I don't even really paint my nails that much. I just mostly use them for ponies. So this first Luna, I think she's very cute. Sometimes for the small details, I use a toothpick to paint it in rather than paintbrushes, just because look how small that is. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that with a paintbrush. For this one, instead of using clay for her hair, I used Sharpies, and I just colored her hair in. This one was originally a Cadence, and this one, honestly, may have been one pony for the head and one pony for the body, because I have pulled a Sid from Toy Story and kind of rearranged some of them depending on what type of pony I wanted to make. But you can't tell when it's painted in anyway. I think I like this Luna a little bit better just because she's more size accurate. She's not like tiny, but I do think the tiny ones are cute. So before I had bigger ponies to make customs on, I just did little ones, so that's why I have two for some characters. And now we have the chrysalises. Chrysali, I don't know. So again, first I made this little one. I went in and I did black nail polish, and then I did kind of a green sparkly over her, because, you know, she's got that kind of greenness to her, and I can't just punch holes in my ponies, so I did sparkles to kind of try to give it the same effect. I used a unicorn for this. I don't remember who, probably a rarity, and I did use clay for her wings, so again, I used the toothpick to put the holes in both her wings and her mane, which I really like how she turned out. I think she's cute. And then as for the bigger chrysalis, I'm very sad. I made a custom tutorial video for her. I don't know if you guys saw my community post a couple months ago, or if people even look at community posts at all. But I was working on a custom tutorial for Chrysalis because I really liked how she turned out, and it was my second time making one. But my phone broke, and I had to get a new phone, and it did not save any of the footage. It's not in my Google Photos. So if you guys do want a custom tutorial video, I don't currently have any extra ponies, but maybe I can try to find some somewhere so I can make a tutorial for you guys. Again, I used Sharpie for the mane and tail instead of clay, and this one looks a little uneven just because Cadence has the pink, purple, and yellow hair, and so not everything turned out super even. But again, I do really like the black nail polish with the green sparkles over it. I don't know how well it translates on camera, but I really like it. So those are my 2 Chrysalis's ponies. And now here are my Big Macs. I think these are so funny. For the little one, I made him a princess because the dream episode, and Big Mac wanted to be a princess, so I thought it would be funny to let his dream come true. So I think I probably used just like a Twilight for this. I don't think I mix and match this one. I think this one actually came from a Twilight Sparkle. I had to paint a lot of layers to make sure you couldn't see the eyelashes coming through, and you still kind of can. I did not realize that until now. So thank you, Camera Flashlight, for pointing that out to me. And then as for Big Mac, I used clay for the hair again, but I kind of also tried to paint around it, so hopefully the shining armor horn isn't too obvious because I did use a shining armor for him. He's not a princess this time, though that would have been hilarious to use a Cadence to make Big Mac. But I really like him. I think the color on this one is much more accurate, mostly because I bought my own nail polish for this, and then I used either my sister or mom's nail polish for that one back when I made him. I love this DJ Pone 3. She's another one that I made a custom tutorial video for her, and it turned out so good, and I literally edited it, but my phone screen wasn't letting me publish it, and now it's gone because the editing app that I used on my old phone, it didn't save the videos. So here's DJ Pone 3. If you cannot tell, she is made from a rarity, which was very convenient. I didn't have to paint her with paint or nail polish, except for her sunglasses. But I had 2 of the rarity with like the blue and tinsel in her hair. And since DJ Pone 3 has blue hair anyway, I thought it'd be cute to make like a rainbow-fied DJ Pone 3. I really, really like the tinsel in her hair. And it was fun using the pink sparkles for her sunglasses. I think she turned out so cute, and I love her. And of course, next to her is Octavia. I don't know how many of you guys are still here for my channel's original run, but I did make an Octavia back in 2016. Actually, the second one I made after Neon Flash. But she is long gone, and here's my updated version. I've literally always wanted the Octavia that Hasbro released, but she sells for way too much. This one I actually also did a shapeshift. I used one head and one body, even though they literally make so many Earth Pony molds. I didn't have an extra one at the time. And so you can kind of tell. The tail has kind of more of a purple tint, and then her mane is kind of more green. I honestly don't remember which ponies I used for this, but I used a Sharpie to color in her mane and tail, and I did so many layers, and you can still see it shining through. So, sorry Octavia, didn't mean to wrong you once again, but I do think you're an improvement from 2016. Let's see if I can do a side-by-side. So, practice does make progress, because I really like her, even though she's a little bit messed up. Derpy is so cute. I love how she turned out, and it was very convenient. I used an Applejack for the head, and I used Lily Blossom for the body. Even though they're now 2 different shades of yellow, I didn't have to worry about using clay, because I don't think I would be able to color yellow in with a Sharpie, since yellow is one of the lighter colors, and whatever color I would try to Sharpie over, it would just turn a weird muddy brown, and Derpy does not deserve that. Alright, now is when we start to get a little more obscure. Put in your guesses for who she is. If you answered Screwball, you are absolutely correct. I think I used a Cheerilee for her. I can tell because of this little part of her hair. But I don't know how well my camera's focusing, but I did put the swirls in her eyes. And I think she's really cute. I Sharpied in the purple in her hair. I think she took a few layers to do the coat too, because Cheerilee's coat color is darker than Screwball's, so to get the lighter color to actually show up, I had to put it on a little heavy. So there's Screwball, which I love Screwball so much, even though she was only in the show for like 2 seconds. Flash Century. Okay. I made him actually before I made a lot of these other ones, but I just wanted to put him down here. I don't really have a reason why. These are not in order of when I made them, by the way. I think Flash gets too much hate in the My Little Pony fandom. Honestly, don't know if that's a hot take, but he's really literally just a nice guy. Yeah, I got his little cutie mark there. The yellow was really hard to do since I did it on top of the darker blue, so it still looks kind of green, but overall I think he looks good. I think I did a good job covering up the eyelashes on him. Maybe a little better than the Big Mac. I don't know. I think he's kind of cute. Ooh, now we have Coloratura Rah-Rah. I think she was literally only in the one episode where, like, she made her first appearance. I know Hasbro made a toy of her, but I actually haven't seen the last 2 seasons of My Little Pony. So if someone could fill me in, does she ever come back or does she not? I used a light blue nail polish for her and then the sparkly green, the same one that I used for Chrysalis. I just wanted to give her kind of that pop star rainbow effect. I think she looks pretty cute. She's not my best custom, but she's good. If you know who this is, I already love you forever. This is Holly Dash. Holly Dash, I know because I used to watch Yum Soda all the time. She was the main reason why I started doing YouTube. And I watched her series, Relatable, and I loved Holly Dash in it, and I've always wanted a Holly Dash toy. But she sells on eBay for like $300. I have not been able to find anything cheaper than $200 for her. I know she did not have a release in the United States of America, so if anyone international wants to send me a real Holly Dash, that would be great. She's another one that I made before in either 2016 or 17, but that custom is long gone. I figured it was time to make a new one because she's still one of my favorite designs. I think she's really cute. The hair was really fun to do because of all the different bright colors. She's probably one of my favorite customs that I've made. I think everything is so bright and colorful and fun, and I think she's really pretty. We are nearing the end. I told you guys I loved Yum Soda, so I did make a Yum Soda custom. I did a... exposing myself. Okay, sometimes I don't paint the bottoms of the hooves of the ponies. Honestly, I think I was making a few of these at the same time as I was making Yum Soda. I think I was making Holly Dash and this Big Mac because I just bought a bunch of nail polish and I just kind of wanted to be done. So I'm sorry, Soda, Hazel, if you're out there and watching this, I'm sorry I wronged your pony. So that is the end of my list of more modern, updated customs that I have. I'm in the process of this one right now. Any guesses as to who she is? Green Earth Pony. Who could it be? Drop your guesses down below. And as a bonus, I also have this one because my sister gave me some old customs, either that I made or she made a long time ago. And I don't have a picture of them, but I already coated over. You don't have to do this, and I know I literally said to use nail polish, but I coated a white coat of paint over her, over her body, and I'm trying to figure out who I should make this. So I guess I lied a little bit. I do have one custom that I could make a tutorial for. So guesses and suggestions as to who I should make. And maybe if I get a suggestion that I like, I will do a tutorial on her. Just to kind of show you guys more in depth my process of making customs. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, bye!